Hi, welcome to another Made by Alex McQuade video. In this week's tutorial, we'll be learning how to make a needle felted toadstool with a sprinkling of mixed media because that's what I love. As always, use this as a guide and freestyle as much as you like. Let's get started.
So to begin our toadstool, I've cut a piece of cardboard into a circular shape and a hole in the middle. Not too thick a piece of cardboard, but enough to stand the wrapping of the wool. So we're making our gills first, and I've selected a nice mohair wool for that. And I'm now threading it through the needle, a nice big eye for this needle so I can thread the wool through. And I'm then going to attach the end of the wool to the cardboard using the glue gun. And then I'm going to wrap the entire piece of cardboard. Now I've got enough wool at this stage to take me about halfway for these gills, and then I'll cut off another piece and carry on. As I'm wrapping, I am turning over to check the other side to make sure that it's nice and neat. The side that I glue the wool to is the back side, so we won't see that at all. So I'm just ending one piece of wool and starting the next. Again, making sure that it's nice and neat on the side that we'll see. And there we have our gills for our toadstool. So again, just securing that final piece with the glue gun. And cutting it off. Now I'm cutting round a piece of ready-made felt, and I'm going to use this felt as the base for our mushroom or toadstool cap. And to make the cap, I'm going to be using my needle felting technique. So I'll be using core wool to create a nice little dome shape. And I'm selecting my needles. You can see here I've colour coded my needles for quick reference, and then written on the foam mat that I store them on what size they are so I can quickly go to the right needle. And I'm using my core wool as the base of the cap because it felts really nice and quickly. It's a lovely coarse wool and makes all the basic parts for my needle felting. So just a quick reference there of the sort of shape that I'd like the cap to be. The one I'm making here is a little bit bigger than the one that I've just shown you. So now I'm adding the colour. Obviously any shade of red, whatever you'd like. So I've used a picture of a toadstool for reference, but as always I'm adding my own character and style to the piece. So again, carefully making sure that that red wool covers the entire cap. Quite some time is spent on this stage, making sure the shape is exactly as you want it to be. To speed up the process here, I'm also using 2 needles together, and these are my 38 star needles that just felt really quickly. They work really nicely with the wool that I use. So this red wool is a Scandinavian carded bats wool. Links to my suppliers will be in the description. And then because I don't want it to be the solid darker red shade, I'm taking a piece of lighter red and I'm just teasing out those wool fibres, and then I'm gently placing it over the top, and then I'm going to needle felt that in as well. Carefully working all over, turning as I go, pulling off any excess here because I don't want it to go too thick. I want to be able to see that darker shade of red in places. So like I say, spend some time on this stage making sure it's exactly the shape you'd like it to be. Just a little test there to see what the gills look like underneath. I'm now creating a basic armature, which will be the stem for the toadstool. So I've cut off a piece of wire about 10 inches long, and I've just folded in the end just over an inch, and then I'll fold it again because I'm making a basic T shape with this wire. Just twisting the end into the longer length, and you can see that I've got a basic, just squash the end again, a basic T shape. Now this will thread through the centre of the circle, centre of the gills, and be secured into place like so. So to make it easier for the needle felting process, I'm going to wrap this wire in a pipe cleaner so that the wool clings nicely to the armature. I've left a little bit of the exposed wire at the end there. Now this is so I can insert it into my plinth at a later point, but you'll see that as the video goes on. So I am wrapping the end of the T shape as well, just to make it easier to secure it onto the gills, which I'll do so using the glue gun. So it will be just like that. But before I secure it, I'm just going to make some little spots for the toadstool cap. So I've matched some wool. I'm using a Bergschaf wool here, and I'm using the very tip of a thinner needle, a finer needle, so a 40 triangular here. And I'm just carefully using the tip of the needle to insert some of the wool, and then I snip off the excess and go back to the needle and just felt in gently the rest of the wool. So again, a little bit of wool, just felt it partly in, little circles with the tip of the needle, cut off the excess and use the needle to finish off. This is a really nice technique for creating the spots, and of course you can put on as many as you wish. And I'm just cutting a piece of muslin slightly larger than the cap of the toadstool. Now this layer is of course optional. My makes are very mixed media based, so I do like to use a range of materials. And now I'm going to assemble all the pieces together. So a little bit of glue gun onto the wrong side of the gills, insert our wire armature and attach. And again, a little bit more glue gun before the layer of muslin cloth goes on. And again, a tiny bit more. Now the glue gun here isn't entirely necessary because we do stitch it together, but it holds it in place nicely for the stitching process. So now I'm taking my needle and thread and I'm carefully going to stitch the cap to the gills. Just cutting off the excess early on. Now, because I don't want to squash the muslin cloth, I do go through that first before I catch the gills and go back through to the felt of the cap. So again, through the gills, through to the felt. then through the muslin cloth, not so I don't squash it, and back through again to the felt. And then just a case of repeating this all the way around the toadstool. The size of the stitch is entirely up to you. I like a nice visible stitch, so I keep it fairly big. I've decided to add a few more spots to the cap. And now I'm going to wrap the stem using some Bergschaft wool again in the natural colour. I'm working my way all the way down the stem and I'm wrapping tightly, and in doing so it does the felting process for you. It wants to hold together, so it means there's a lot less work with the needle. So now I've come to the end, I'm just going to carefully secure that in place, being mindful that there is wire and a pipe cleaner inside. And again, wrapping the top. Making it fairly uniform at this stage in thickness all the way down the stem. Again, securing that in place with the needle. And rolling it in the hands is a great way of smoothing out any lumps and bumps. Now I'm just adding on this little frilly bit for the toadstool. I'm sure it has a technical name. I'm not sure what that is, but I'm adding that on. So again, I'm using a piece of the muslin cloth to do that. And I've wrapped it around the stem and then added a layer of wool over the top, which I've then needle felted into place to secure it. So we've got our nice little frilly bit that I will work on a little bit more as we carry on. So I've now placed it into a wooden plinth just to help me work on it. I've decided to use a little bit of wool in the moss colour. This is again a carded bat's wool, and I'm just adding that to the bottom of the toadstool. And as you can see, there's that little bit of exposed wire, which is what I'm using to secure it to the wooden plinth, having drilled a hole into the plinth. So now I'm adding some colour to the toadstool using some pastels. Now this is quite hard to see on the camera, it is rather subtle, but it does make a difference to the overall finish of the piece. And again, for that frilly section, I'm just using a little bit of Mod Podge just to stiffen that section up so it holds in the place that I want it to. So carefully getting it into position and then letting it dry. A little bit more as well for that frilly muslin bit at the top. And because my moss colour at the bottom section there I felt was a little bit bright, I've just added a little bit of the natural colour over the top and I've needle felted that in. So now we're just working on those fine details really. And a little bit more pastel just for the cap. Obviously you can use any colours you like for your toadstool, be accurate or be as crazy as you like, just as long as you have fun with it really, and hopefully this has inspired you to be creative.
Before I go, I'm just going to show you a couple of other things that I've made using the same technique. So I've made this toadstool, exactly the same technique, but instead of using the cardboard, I've used a rusty metal washer and a rusty nail as the stem here. I love including found objects in my work, especially rusty ones. And also just changing the scale, same technique, but instead of stitching in the gills to the cap on this one, I've just needle felted it in just really carefully. And on here I've in the past done a little sleeping mouse who's sat on top of the mushroom, so that's really nice as well. If you'd like to see more makes like this, then please do like the video and subscribe to the channel, or if you'd like to make any comments or suggestions, just pop them below. But for now, thanks very much for watching. I'm Alex McQuade.